What's up? It's a Kendrick Sports Hustle YouTube channel. That's SPORTZHUSTLE, and I am Kendrick. Hope you all are having a great Saturday night. I wanted to hop on here and check in with you, talk about NBA All Star Weekend 2023 Saturday night festivities. We had the skills challenge, we had the 3-point shooting contest, and the slam dunk contest, just to give my thoughts and my reaction on what I watched tonight, because I'll be perfectly honest with you. It's been a minute since I actually sat down and watched the whole Saturday night festivities, because I'll be honest with you, I had kind of fell out of love with the NBA All-Star Weekend festivities. And let me say this, because I think of all the major sports, the NBA does the best job when it comes to their All-Star Weekend. I think they do when it comes to the different activities, some of the different things that they bring. Again, on Friday night, they do the celebrity game and the Rising Stars Challenge, with some of the top rookies and whatever face off. Again, I didn't even watch Friday night, because most people they're most interested in, as I am, most of the time, used to be the slam dunk contest, but that's kind of shifted now for me. I'm more interested in watching the 3-point shooting contest, because the slam dunk contest, in my humble opinion, I mean, we've been there, we've seen it all. I think most of us that grew up watching basketball, I've watched it all my life. I think when it comes to the slam dunk contest, I think we've seen pretty much every dunk that can be imagined. Uh, you know, uh, we've seen some of the greats. MJ, Dominique, Vince, Jason Richardson, Zach Levine, Gordon, Aaron Gordon. I call him Adam, I think somewhere else, but it's Aaron Gordon. To me, those two had one of the better. When you talk about head-to-head matchups, that Aaron Gordon, that Zach Levine, they went at it. That was one of the best competitive slam dunk contests I've ever seen. Also, I got to throw the Vince Carter, and Stevie Francis, Tracy McGrady. That was a great one, as well. And the one guy that kind of gets lost is Jason Richardson. That his dunk, he has some heck of a dunks he's done as well. So we've kind of got spoiled. I would say we kind of got spoiled. So then guys started using props and jumping over cars and jumping over people and all that kind of stuff. It kind of lost its luster for me. It definitely did. So tonight, again, we had all the All-Star activities in Utah. This is the 30th anniversary of the first NBA All-Star game, that was hosted by, guess what, the Utah Jazz in 1993. So the NBA decided to commemorate the 30 years since the first one. They'll bring you back to Salt Lake City, Utah. Again, like I said last night, All-Star Weekend started with the Rising Stars Challenge and the Celebrity Game. And tonight we had the skills challenge, the 3-point contest, and the slam dunk contest. But before we talk about that, we also had a HBCU Classic game, which the NBA started last year. It's an annual game where it's called the HBCU Classic, where they have two historically black colleges and universities face off against one another prior to the Saturday night activities. And today's game featured the Grambling State Tigers versus the Southern Jaguars, and that was a great game. That was a pretty good game. I watched it. Very competitive. I was very, I was impressed with the ball, with the basketball play, and it was a really good game. So I was able to check that out. That was on ESPN, I believe ESPN 2. So it was real. The NBA is doing their thing. So let's go ahead and jump to I'm just gonna give my thoughts real quick on tonight's contest. Let's start with the 3-point contest participants. First, we'll start with that. We had Tyrese Halliburton from the Pacers, Tyler Hero from the Miami Heat, Buddy Hield from the Indiana Pacers, Kevin Huerter from the Sacramento Kings, Damian Lillard from the Portland Trailblazers, Laurie Markkanen from the Utah Jazz, and Anthony Simons from the Blazers. He was going to be in it, but he had to withdraw because of an injury, so he was out. They replaced him with Julius Randle from the Knicks, and we had Jason Tatum from the Celtics. Tyrese Halliburton got the thing started off in the first round, and he dropped 31 points. He was on fire. And I thought, okay, because I had my pick, I picked Damian Lillard from the jump. So, oh, this might get really interesting between him and Buddy Hield, because Buddy Hield was my second choice. So, okay, this might get interesting. When Tyrese Halliburton really actually, the next two rounds, he really went cold. Dame Lillard, he did what Dame Lillard does. He makes shots. He got hot and he kept getting, he stayed consistent. So he ended up winning the three-point shooting contest. I wasn't surprised. Julius Randle, I know he's a pull-up three-point shooter for the Knicks, but did you know big time jumper on your shot? If you're a jump shooter, you can really expend a lot of energy and you can lose a lot of time. It's about getting up as many shots as you can during that allotted time. So Dame Lillard did his thing. He won the three-point shooting contest, and he wore his Weber. His first round, he wore his college jersey, Weber State, where he played. He wore that in the first round, and he did his thing. And he is the first Portland Trailblazers to win a three-point shooting contest in the franchise history. So shout out to Dame Lillard, who's a pretty doggone good rapper too, by the way. He got some bars, if you don't know. Man, that's a whole nother thing we could talk about. Who's the best NBA? Who's the NBA player with the best bars? I gotta go with Dame Lillard and Shaq. Them two right there. Yeah, old Dame got them bars. When you talk about the NBA players that try to dip their feet in rapping, the late great Kobe Bean Bryant tried. And matter of fact, I heard a verse on TikTok that he did, and it wasn't bad. I thought Kobe had some skills on the mic. Me personally, he had the voice and all that. But anyway, but Dame Lillard and by far him and Shaq definitely got the bars when you talk about NBA players that rap. So again, Dame Lillard won a three-point shooting contest. Now let's move to the slam dunk contest. When I saw who the four contestants were, Kenyon Martin Jr. with the Rockets. His dad, is Kenyon Martin, NBA vet, played for the Nets, the Nuggets. He brought that fire straight out of Dallas, Texas. Kenyon Martin Jr., Trey Murphy III with the Pelicans, Mac McClung with the 76ers, and Jericho Sims with the Knicks. Those were the four contestants in the slam dunk contest. I saw this, and I already knew I was picking. I said, I'm going with Mac McClung. And the reason why I'm telling you that, because I happened to stumble upon some video of him on YouTube probably about 6 months ago. It was his high school video. Some dunks of his in high school. And I was like, man, this white brother right here, he bring that funk. That saying white men can't jump. He definitely killed that stereotype. This 6'2" white brother right here, he got them hops. So when I saw the lineup, I said, Mac McClung gonna win this, because I had already seen some of his in-game dunks. But Kenyon Martin Jr., he brought some nice dunks. He had a couple of nice ones, I would say. So a couple of them, I'm like, it's kind of similar to what I've seen before. Trey Murphy III with the Pelicans, he brought some nice ones too. Kind of similar as well. Jericho Sims, and he did one that was real corny, in my opinion. But anyway, Mac McClung, he brought the white funk tonight. He brought it. He's like 6'2". And I always say a lot of times, the taller guys are at a disadvantage, in my opinion, when it comes to this slam dunk contest, because shorter guys, their dunks are always going to look better, no matter what the taller person does. But Mac McClung for the 76ers, and check this out, he was just called up from the G League this week by the 76ers. So that's definitely dope, man. But Mac McClung, if you missed it, go back. You go to YouTube. I'm sure it's posted now. Go check out the slam dunk contest. Mac McClung brought some funk. So that's my new nickname for him, is White Funk. Now, the judges for the slam dunk contest was Lisa Leslie, the legend. We had the legendary Dominique Wilkins. He was the judge. Jamal Crawford was the judge, and legendary Karl Malone was the judge. Obviously, he played for the Jazz all his career, but him being there really brought a lot of negativity because of his sketchy past. If you don't know about Karl Malone's sketchy past, you can go pull it up. So the NBA caught a little flack with that. But Carl, those were the judges for. Oh, and Harold Miner, I left him out. And I'll be honest with you, I did not recognize Harold Miner when they called him and he stood up. Because if you don't know who Harold Miner is, definitely YouTube him. When he came out of USC, they were labeling him the next. They called him Baby Jordan because of his hops, and he could jump. You know, his NBA career didn't last long because he didn't really have a jump shot. But man, he totally looks. I didn't recognize him. I know we all get older and we all change, but man, he did not look anything like himself in the face. I'm like, man, that ain't Harold Miner. But anyway, but so he was one of the judges as well. So salute to Mac McClung, my AKA White Funk. That's my new nickname from him because he bought the White Funk tonight. He is the 2023 Slam Dunk Contest winner. And salute to Damian Lillard, who is the 2023 Slam Dunk 3-point shooting contest winner as well. Now, the NBA isn't over. The All-Star weekend doesn't end till tomorrow. You got the All-Star game. It happens at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on TNT. You can check that out if you're looking for some sports. And we also got football. You know, the Super Bowl was last weekend, but we got the XFL that kicked off today. I actually watched the game between the Arlington, I forgot what their mascot is, and Vegas. And it was a pretty decent game. You know, it ain't the NFL, but it's football. I watched that. Bob Stoops is the head coach for the Arlington team. I can't remember who the head coach is for the Vegas team, but it was a pretty competitive and pretty good game. So they got 2 games tomorrow as well. And you can catch all the XFL games on the ESPN ABC platform. So you got some football tomorrow, and then tomorrow night you got the NBA All-Star game on TNT. So that was my thoughts on tonight's festivities. I just want to jump in here and give you a little bit of that. I hope everybody's having a great Saturday night evening. Make sure you keep it locked here to Kendrick Sports Social. That's SportzHustle. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go check out some of the videos. Click that like button, share, do all that, get that YouTube algorithm working. And we're going to keep it locked here to get all of your sports news, breaking news, and all that's going on. So again, I'm Kendrick. You all have a great rest of your Saturday night. I'm going to find something else to watch, and I'm going to chill with my red cup. Again, you all have a great night. We'll catch you on the other side. I holla. I'm out. Deuces.